Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Living Fruit with Lil. My name is Debbie, and guess what? I started looking, and there's another way you can use dandelions, and that's why I'm back out here starting to pick some of these dandelions. I'm going to look and see, make sure I get really fluffy, good ones. And of course you have to do in certain areas. They said usually you do it in a sunny area, you know, because of they spread out when they're the sun. They bloom a little better. See how these are? And I'm going to be making, I just found, and I'm doing a small batch, just a small batch. Man, I'm learning so much about these things. I used to pull them out because I couldn't stand. They just seem like they're like a nuisance, and here they're not. But what I'm doing is coming out here, looking for the best ones around my garden, because I know that we don't do too much, you know, we don't do pesticides in our thing. I have, like, this is, I'm going to try to get the most nicest ones I can, because I am going to be making, not that, I'm going to be making some jelly. You know, I'll separate when I get inside. But the whole point is that I'm finding so much out about these. And it's because they're saying there's so much benefits, which you seen the other video. This is going to be a 2-day process. I'm going to get it ready now, and then the next day I'll continue it. I don't want to use pectin because how if it's not on hand if I don't have it? You know, you want to have everything that you can, you know, make without having to, I'm just making sure. You want to make something where you don't have less ingredients that you have to use, you know what I mean? So since I have tons out here, and they said the best time, like I said, is a sunny day to do this. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt. Try learning different stuff. Find out about it. And make something out of it. I mean, this is the only way you're going to learn. So if I do a small batch and I learn about it, I'm like, okay. I just made it a jam. And that's what I'm doing. See how beautiful their heads are? Now, my last video I didn't mention, they said the green part at the bottom has a, not a good taste to it. But there's so many different videos. I mean, everybody's saying all different stuff about the heads. I mean, that green part. I'm going to try not to have to worry about it. 2 cups, maybe a little over. This. I'm just going to rinse them off because you have the ants. You know. Real quick rinse off. And then I'm going to put it in the pot. I'm not going to worry about taking these greens off because they said that you don't have to really worry about it. I don't know. Let me say so. I'm going to take you over on the other side real quick. So a lot of them, they're using orange and lemon. It's supposed to be organic. These are not. But I'm going to put a half since I'm not doing like a gallon. I'm only doing a small batch. So I'm going to do half of a lemon, or maybe a full lemon, and then a half of an orange, because I like to put it at the bottom like they're doing. So we'll see. I'm going to just cut that up and throw that in there also. So make sure you have this available. Exactly 2. And now all I need is this is 4 cups of water. And then I'm going to cut up I'm going to do half. The lemon, I'm going to put the full thing in there. So hold on for a minute. So I'm going to do a half an orange, and then I'm going to just eye it. This just gives it flavor. So this is what I'm going to do. More lemons than I'll use than because you're going to drain it, and I'd say you're not going to use this afterwards. So this is what it looks like inside, and we're going to bring it to a rapid boil. Once it gets to a rapid boil, you cook it for like 10 minutes, and then you push it onto the side, and you keep it there to whatchamacallit, to steep. So it's like a day process after 24 hours. Now, I could have done this in a little smaller pie. I never did this before, and that's the reason why. But I'll know next time. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to just put the rest of it because I had nothing to use. But yeah, there you go. So stay tuned. I'll wait till this boil, and then we're going to put it. I might put it in another pot. All right. So now it's starting to boil, as you see. It's like popping there. I'm going to start as much you know, pushing out as much as I can out of it. All I can. Because I still have to wait till it comes to a rapid boil. Alright, so now it's starting to boil. We'll do it for 10 minutes. I can smell the oranges and lemons. But yeah, I keep on mashing it, and that's it. We'll let it do for 10 minutes to a rapid boil, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'll show you. After that, you just put the lid on it and put it on the side for 24 hours. So stay tuned for. Alright, so this is the next day, and I'm telling you, this smells just like honey. It's not sweet because there's no sugar in there. And all I had was this size jar. I have cheesecloth. I'm going to strain it right through that. Try to get as much as I can out. I have hot water over here boiling for a couple of jars. I don't think it's going to make. I didn't expect to make a lot of jars anyway. And then I got tea water hot. But because we have to process this to make it into a jelly. So stay tuned and let me get everything. I want to get my sugar, get everything ready so where I have to stir everything. So I have a half of orange from yesterday. I'm going to put them at the bottom of my jars. And then, like I said, I'm getting everything ready. So we're just water bathing. And this is not a water bather, but I'm going to put a dish towel at the bottom. So it won't hit against there. It's a lot easier. I never did it before, so it'll be the first time. So, all right, let me get this. I have to strain it and get this video because it keeps on falling. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I'm going to strain this in here. Hopefully I do it right. It smells wonderful. It's like, wow. Alright, so there you go. Now I'm going to go to the next step. Alright, so far I put one. I like to be measured. I want to make sure how much. 2. There's about 3.5, like they said. Start putting this burner on. And I have I put my mason jars and just the rims inside the boiling water, the hot water. And where's my spoon? So now I'm going to start making the jelly now, but I'm not using pectin. I'm trying to learn how to use it without it. It's going to take a process for this. Oh, by the way, while I'm doing this, I forgot. I want to thank everybody who put a comment down, especially with it. My water bathing. I was doing it wrong, and I'm so happy that one of my subscribers actually put a comment down there below. saying that read your directions, which I don't have a book. I never went by. I went by YouTube, and I must have misunderstood or what, because I've been doing it. When I use pressure canner, you only use 3 quarts of water. They said use 3 quarts of water, and that's it. You don't have to have it above. But water bathing, it has to go over the lid in order to seal, because of it's not pressure canning. So I want to thank you for pointing that out to me and let me know. So anybody, like I said, if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. And I look into it. As soon as you tell me, I look right into it, and to see what I did wrong and how did I get that wrong. Because like I said, this is a learning curve for me, and I want to learn as much as I can with you guys. Everybody. So now I feel it getting thicker each time. It takes about a half hour, I think. This is my first time doing it. I could feel it going across, that it's getting thicker and thicker. I'm doing the plate thing that's in the freezer, and it's just quite not there yet. And I have it on about medium heat. Just needs to be on a rapid boil, and you're supposed to keep on stirring. This is how I do my jams, so hopefully with the jelly it's the same. Alright, so I put it on the plate. And look, I think it's ready. So we're going to get this off of here and start drawing it. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to start over. All right, I'm going to start over here and put some in here. I put a little bit of hot water from this in there. Just stick this in here. Another thing too, I don't have that bottom part, so I'm going to put a dish towel in here so it doesn't, I never did it this way before, but as long as it doesn't hit the bottom, they said, when it's rapidly boiling, you're okay. All right. I'm just trying to get this right to a boil. Okay. I think this keeps on falling apart. I might have to get a new one. Alright, see how pretty that is? The only thing is that the orange, I should have put it in there, but it might have stayed at the bottom, but it's okay. This is just going to make it, I think. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Perfect. Always have water on the side. I'm bringing this to a boil. Once it starts boiling, then you time it for 10 minutes, and that's it, and you're done. I'm gonna make sure. Yep. Right here. Let's get this boiling. Start getting this hot. So stay tuned and I'll show you what it looks like. Now it takes about to set, it takes about 24 hours. Alright, to stop it from over boiling really bad, it started popping out, put empty jars in there, clean empty jars. Just throw that in there to weigh it down, because it was bubbling around the washcloth that I have down at the bottom, a towel. it just keeps on bubbling over in this corner because of that pressure. So you can do it that way. I'm waiting till it really gets to a rapid boil, and then I'll time it from there. But there you have it. They are watery. You have to wait. So I'm going to let it settle down for 24 hours to see. Hopefully I judge the texture of it. So let's get a closer look. Look at that. Something on my shelf and it looks like honey. Now I was hoping that the orange brine went down here, and it didn't. It stayed up at the top. So I don't know if that's gonna make. I forgot to put that in first. That's the only thing. But for first time, I think it looks really nice, and they're already pinged. Yeah. So they're sealed. I was hoping that they seal so I don't have to redo the bathing. So.
A broken down